Peace, family. Peace, family. Greetings. Peace, peace, peace. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me know if you hear this audio.
To this day. To this day.
Just let me know if you hear that audio. Let me know how we are doing on the audio. Peace, peace. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me know if you hear this audio. Oh, no. To this day. Gonna clean that up. Text. Okay, you all right? Oh, to this day.
To this day.
All right.
To this day.
Just having some audio issues on Monday, so we good now. We done tweaked the thing. All right, that's what's up. First and foremost, I just want to say peace, love and light to y'all. How's everybody doing? Whatnot. We're gonna get to the roll calls in a minute. I'm just letting y'all file into the building. This is a little different than the playback is loud too. This is a little different than the way that I was doing it with StreamYard and whatnot. In this message, boom. All right now, peace to the family. All right, peace to the family. Let's go ahead. Let's do the roll call. Okay. Let's do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building. We're not going to be here super long tonight. There's some things that I have to prepare for. There's an event this weekend at Tassili's in the West End, and all of us, Blue Pill, Mama Pill, we are all going to be in the building, speaking, presenting, and also vending. So as you know, I got to prepare myself for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you love the early vibes. Me too. I love the vibes when the sun is out. You know what I mean? It hit differently. Okay, Gainesville is in the building. Shout out to Gainesville in the building. Gainesville, Georgia. Stanford, Connecticut. I see you. Stanford in the building. Dallas in the building. Denver in the building. Rocky Mountain in the building. North Kakalaka in the building. Houston in this thing. Miami in this thing. Okay, now. Cleveland up in this thing. The land. Florence, South Kakalaka, 843 Love. I see you. Jersey.
To this day. To this day.
Queens in here. Myrtle Beach in here. All right. Midwest, Georgia, Pittsburgh, Delaware. Charlotte. That's right. Peace to Destiny was really good. Huh? Barbados. Y'all say peace to the to Destiny. That's my mod and whatnot. She's been holding it all the way down. You know what I mean? Give us some emoji love. St. Louis up in here. West Jamaica. Monday.
To this day. To this day.
I'm not prepared to make a formal announcement about Jamaica, but I will briefly breeze over it today. Okay. I don't have I'm not going to do the formal announcement, but I'm going to let y'all know that we will be going to Jamaica as a collective, as a group. I have room for about 44 peoples. Okay, we're doing a 44 head trip. That's going to be in August to JA. So if you ever wanted to say, yo, I want to go out of the country with the pills, I want to pull up with the pill of them. You feel me? I want that experience and whatnot. Well, we're here to provide that for you. Pay attention and tap in. We'll fill you in on more details very soon. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you a little bit of a heads up and whatnot. Start collecting the change in the couch and shit like that. It's about to go down. PG, Maryland in the building. Chi-Town in the building. West Los Angeles, Mexico. All right. I see you, Phoenix, up in this thing. Tiffany, you said China Flow was beautiful visuals, the NFT vibes. I like that. I like that. Okay. I agree. I like that. We might even play that tonight when we close out. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling real what's the word? Uh I'm in a giving mood. Be more in the building. Louisiana, Mississippi, Ottawa. All right, the 2022 Maroons. That's right. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, peace to Jamaica for bunning down the Babylon Hotel. Brooklyn. I see you, Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the building. Shout out to Brooklyn, BK, Massive, Wagwan, Boston, Wagwan, Boston. You going to the finals, them? You finna get swept now? You finna get swept in the finals? You know what I'm talking about? Mount Shasta. All right. I see you, Mount Shasta. Yes. China Flow is what you was waiting for. Yes. I really appreciate that. The feedback has been awesome. You know, yes, presidents is acting unpresidential. They denied my nigga Doug the bond because I was actually watching that earlier before I started doing some of my work and whatnot. I just was like perusing through YouTube, and I came across this bond hearing. They was talking very greasy and whatnot. I heard them talking about getting rid of his fucking lawyer and whatnot because there's a conflict of interest. And he's like, yo, if niggas start snitching and whatnot, we can't use this lawyer because it's going to be a conflict. I was like, yeah, I heard enough. Let me turn this off because shit is getting real for the slime. You know what I'm talking about? Shit is getting real for the slime. The Warriors, I'm rooting for the Warriors. Whoever got some chips, put them up. You know what I'm talking about? We doing all of that. You know what I mean? We doing all of that. Yeah, that part. I'm a betting man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a betting man. Oh, you riding for the Celtics, Tiffany? Then they sweep the motherfucking Heat. You know, then they sweep the Heat. You need to pay us. Oh, pay us in crypto videos. It's lit. Yeah, that's gonna be lit. That's coming soon. We need a budget for that. Pay us in crypto is in the metaverse or the netaverse for that matter. We just can't do pay us in crypto outside of Bakari Pizza. You know what I mean? We was able to pull off the China Flow with the gritty hood look and whatnot, but pay us in crypto, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas got to look like we signed to Zuckerberg label. Celtics gang, I'm not mad at none of y'all. You feel me? I'm really not mad at none of y'all. Y'all have the right to support any garbage team that y'all have the right to support. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I don't forgive them for what they did to the Nets. I wanted to see Kyrie, do his thing going into the finals. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of anti-jab energy with him, but whoever you riding with, because I just have an aversion to Boston as a state. You know what I mean? I love my brothers and sisters in Boston. You know, they held Malcolm Little down, but I'm not a big Boston fan as a state, my nigga. You know what I mean? Y'all have some of the most the level of racism and the breed of European or Nordic or quote unquote what is that? The Irish that come out of there. They something else. You know what I'm saying? They something else. But that don't take a lot away from Golden State. I'm not even gonna, what I'm talking about. You see how people be comparing teams by fucking the racism meter and whatnot. I don't even want to do it like that. I want the best man to win. How about that? So shout out to the Golden State. You know what I mean? My guys in them. Shout out to my guys in them. I believe in the Splash Brothers. Is it true that the new sleeper shooter in Tulsa was an African and everyone he shot was a black man? Well, like I said, I was going to name this episode The Great Divine Speaks Through Signs, and I was going to pose the question about these quote unquote mass shootings that we see taking place. And I was not going to necessarily take the conspiratorial route. However, when we have this lecture that we're going to be doing, and let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. We have something coming up very, very soon. This is going to be Fear of a BLACKAMOOR Messiah. We're going to be rolling that out in about a few weeks. We rolling that shit out on June the quote unquote 12th. That is a Sunday, right? That's around the corner. That's what, 9 days from now. Yeah. So we're gonna explore, we're gonna get into the conspiracy theories and shit like that. I'm gonna give time for all of that. We're gonna cover everything. We're gonna comb through it with a fine-tooth comb. I'm going over the manifesto of the Buffalo shooter. I'm tying in the coincidences that a lot of these mass shootings are taking place in states. Look at Thugger Thugger. There you go. They denied the God. Yeah, they denied him the bond and whatnot. He's looking nervous. I'm going to go over the fact that, yes, I'm going to go over the fact that, you know, a lot of these shootings are taking place in ancestral lands or ancestral places. What stood out to me the most was the one that took place in Tulsa, right? The one that took place in Tulsa, you know, on the motherfucking 101 anniversary of Black Wall Street, right? Right there, Black Wall Street, the 1921 race riots, to whereas nobody was even talking about, right? Nobody was even talking about the quote unquote, the anniversary. Everybody was focusing on the shooting, right? Everybody was putting their mind on the quote unquote shooting and whatnot, or the mass shooting, which basically blanketed the coverage that should have been gotten received about Black Wall Street. Come on, they buried that shit.
To this day.
Then I checked in today. I was like, let me just stick my nose in there and check in with Oklahoma and see what they're talking about. Maybe they'll be, you know, maybe they'll forget about this shooting and get to some Black Wall Street information. Because, right, think about it. There's still survivors in Black Wall Street alive and whatnot. They're waiting for them to make their quote unquote transition before they even start talking about doing anything. But those survivors are really, it's like pulling teeth trying to get any form of justice. Look at the level of disrespect. Not only that they're giving the ancestors that they assassinated and lynched and whatnot, look at the disrespect that they're giving to the motherfucking eyewitnesses, the survivors who be like, nigga, he did it, and she did it. I know who did it. I'm alive. I'm still living through this shit. They're still disrespecting them to their faces and whatnot. They won't even, you know, there's a news report that I chopped this video up, and in one of the videos and whatnot, there was an interview with ambulance chaser. He was like a crump and whatnot. It was an attorney. He had crump tendencies and whatnot. He had a lot of crump tendencies. You know what I mean? He had a lot of ambulance chaser tendencies. However, he was on MSNBC. And he was speaking to a sister, and he was explaining the uphill battle that he has to go through to just get these quote unquote victims of a lynching and atrocities and genocide some type of quote unquote justice. They won't even see them. They don't even want to talk to them. The city is pushing back. They're sending their prosecutors, like they're really shitting on the survivors, bro. I'm like, so when you see things like that, you have to ask yourself, okay, is the ancestors, do they have a hand at this shit? Are they so upset? Are they so unsettled and whatnot that they are quote unquote utilizing, you know, other people as walk-ins to go ahead and kill shit and drill shit, you know what I mean, and spill blood? Or is that people from the other side utilizing these quote unquote false flags or these psyops and whatnot to take our attention away from the fact that it's been 101 years since they committed a motherfucking terrorist, a homeland terroristic crime on American soil, and we don't have no goddamn reparations or anything
to this day
to make up for that. They won't even let the OKC Thunder, when they were playing basketball. I remember when Russell Westbrook, his first year, he was like, I never even knew about Black Wall Street. I never heard about it. They wouldn't allow us to talk about that shit. It's crazy. So that question remains. But we, once again, That's why we're going to be doing this lecture and whatnot. It's a lot of things to explore. The J.A.S.O.N months is an acronym for July, August, September, October, and November. Okay. Those are the months that these quote unquote, these Luciferians, right? I don't even want to call it what you call the white man, because I spoke about that on my live earlier, that I'm just going to fix my language and whatnot. I have to be very mindful of my profanity. I think that I could get a point across without utilizing so much profanity. It's for shock value. And to be honest with you, sometimes when I watch these videos back, it's cringeworthy. You know what I'm talking about? Especially if I'm sitting around a child and whatnot. So I'm going to be more mindful about the profanity, but I'm also going to be more mindful about these colorable terms that I'm using and whatnot, because I'm identifying a people by a color that they're not. You know what I mean? I would fare better if I were just to say the Nordics. I would fare better if I were just to say the Europeans. I would fare better if I would call them who they were, the Germans, the Franks, the Spaniards, and things of that nature. That would be a more legit description of them. You know what I'm talking about? But these people, these Nordic, these pale recessives, right? They do not deserve the credit that we be giving them. We really need to sit back and figure out why we be giving them so much energy and so much credit and whatnot, and begin to take that back. You don't talk about these pilgrims. To be honest with you, I gotta do more research on the pilgrim, because I could be giving somebody else that credit, because I don't even know if all of them were pilgrims. Yes, profanity does serve a purpose. You know what I mean? I'm profanity out though. You know what I mean? I've said enough. I've cursed enough. I've used enough profanity to last 3 lifetimes. So, it's all good. Yeah, Aryans, you know what I'm saying? Let's just come up with new terms and be unapologetic when we say these things, because at the end of the day, even if there's a European in the audience, or a Nordic, or quote unquote, a Caucasoid or Caucasian, you realize that I'm doing you a service. I'm not doing you a disservice, because you're not white. You know what I'm talking about? This is white. This t-shirt is white. And when you this color, nigga, you dead. You know what I'm talking about? When you this color, you a Reynolds wrap. You're not white. You feel me? You're not white. You're more like pink. You're more like a pink type of person. Colonizer, right? Emphasis on colon. You're a colonizer. You dig? They want to be Vikings so bad. And it's been told to me that the Vikings wasn't even, they wasn't even pale like that. Wasn't even pale like that. So the need to prepare ourselves, like I was saying a minute ago, the J.A.S.O.N months are the months that the Luciferians, right? And it's not necessarily, I look at these pink people as walk-ins, right? I look at some of these people as being divinely possessed by malefic forces and whatnot, who might not even have a form. When you talk about how parasites could take you over that are just sitting in your small intestine, imagine the quote unquote energies and the entities that we can't really see that surround us and whatnot, that happen to use people whose auras are not as quote unquote protective as others, as walk-ins, to take them over, to kind of like hypnotize them and have them do things and whatnot. But during those months, what are known as the J.A.S.O.N months, henceforth, one of the most recognizable horror movie characters and whatnot is Jason Voorhees. Okay, so the Luciferians, there's a book that was written, and the foreword was written by Bobby Hemmett, our master teacher. Yeah, I got to see The Northman. I got to check that out. I just don't, where am I going to see it? Because I'm not going to the movie theater like that. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't done the movie theater in a minute. But if I could get that online, I'll probably check it out. I really don't be having time to watch damn near anything, but I have to find sometimes. But anyway, yeah, the reptilians. Okay. The Luciferians, the reptilians, those entities that feed off of fear. Yes, Bobby is much alive. Don't ever let anybody have you thinking that Bobby is not breathing. He is alive and breathing and well and living his best motherfucking life. He's just not on the scene like that. There's a difference. You could be alive and not be on the scene where I got to get in front of you niggas and dance for y'all and pitch these pearls and whatnot and hope that that somebody catches them. He's not engaged in that dance right now. Okay. Respectfully. You know what I mean? Respectfully. Because to be honest with you, I don't know how long I'll be in front of the camera. You know what I mean? I don't know how long I'll be in front of I highly doubt that I'll be in front of the camera in my 70s and 80s and whatnot, talking to the people. I'm gonna shoot my load by 60 and then I'm out. And that's right around the corner. I'm not gonna be in front. I have to get the fuck out of the way because there's people that are coming through the funnel. There's people coming through the funnel and whatnot. I don't want to be in nobody's way, and I don't want nobody rolling me out in the motherfucking Professor X wheelchair talking about brother red pill here with the veneers. Hey guys, what's up? You remember me from YouTube? Like, the fuck out of here. Oh, he was talking about this last night, Dr. Valentine. Okay. Yeah, man. So it's very important to make sure that the people that are coming behind you, right, are like Trump tight, you know what I mean? To make sure those that are following your footsteps and whatnot, the ones who you preparing these rooms for, you just got to make sure that they're going to live up to their quote unquote, their purpose. You know what I mean? Because that's where the real heartbreak comes in. When motherfuckers fumble the ball and whatnot and drop the ball, make you look crazy in these streets and, disrespect the fucking, when they just disrespect everything that you stand for. We will never be forgotten. Oh, nah, that's not even a conversation. We're not even having that conversation. Like, it's about legacy, 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 etching your name in stone, you know what I mean? Forever being, a legend and whatnot. And I'm going to keep it a Buckington with you. I'm going to keep it a buck with you, bro. Some people are not here to be 60 years old. Some people did not come to this earth to be 80 years old, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people came to get a fucking kick out of you niggas and just skip up out of here at 25, like Tupac in them. Real talk. And by making that type of impact and then getting up out of here, if you're in the quote unquote if you're in the business of legend making, right, of immortalizing oneself, I'm gonna just give you this gem. You can't do it by hanging on to your 60 and 80, my nigga. You'll do it faster if you came in this bitch, shook the motherfucking room like a Pop Smoke, and then got up out of here. That's how legends are made, but everybody don't have that heart. So that's a conversation that I don't even feel comfortable having right now because it could be misinterpreted by the wrong person. But, to be honest with you, for the soldiers or the warrior hearts or the lion hearts who didn't fear death and whatnot, they didn't live to be, or they wasn't great grandpas pooping on themselves and whatnot. Them niggas was out by 30. They had already conquered multiple countries and was in wars and shit, had mad children and was out of here. And their names live on forever. You feel me? Their names live on forever. So that's a conversation that you would have with your society, your secret society, or those who you deem worthy to have those type of deep conversations. I don't even want to have that type of talk on YouTube because that's too much cloth, because niggas is not even ready for that. They don't have that type of mind state. Keep in mind, I said impact, not just coming here, taking niggas posts and reposting them, not coming here living vicariously off the next man, sounding like a parakeet. No, I'm talking about being completely in touch with something unique about yourself, being your true self and whatnot, showing up in your proper persona, shaking the motherfucking room, getting it lit. You know what I'm talking about? Getting it lit and then tapping out and not going out bad either. You know what I mean? You go out on a high note. There's ascended masters leaving Earth at 8 years old in the hood. I ain't talking about that early, fam. What are you talking? At 8? Kevin Samuels did a lot. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Samuels was here. Well, he was on the earth for 50 some odd years, but he was in the public's eye for 2, right? So I guess they start counting your impact and whatnot. I guess you have to be in the public's eye because nobody knows anything that you did when you're not in the public's eye. That's really the stage and whatnot. That's called the world stage. We call it, oh, you lit, you got followers and you a macro influencer. No, you're on the world stage, fam. You're on the same stage that the celebrities are on. You're on the same stage that the athlete. You're a household name in certain households and whatnot. You have real estate in hundreds of thousands of people's quote unquote hearts and minds. Like you live in the minds and the hearts of quality people, right? So, you're making an impact. So he was here for 2 years making an impact and then he tapped out. There are people out there getting tattoos of him. If you have a catalog, you could always have an impact posthumously. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yes, I heard of Esteban the more I taught about him. Yeah, I taught. I had a lecture where we talked about Esteban. You know, you know. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So the J.A.S.O.N months are coming up. We're in the beginning of that countdown. As you can see, what May was looking like, then we could honestly say to ourselves, if May looked like what it looked like, then shit, June might be a little spicy too. Rolling into July, rolling into August, we may have ourselves a red summer on our hands, right? But what we want to do, what I want to do personally by doing this lecture, is I want to give you information to help demystify what may be going on all around you, to certain give you certain answers that the mainstream media and even people online and social media may not be giving you and whatnot. I'm identifying this shakeup and whatnot. I'm identifying all of this bloodletting and blood spilling and whatnot. I'm identifying it as the fact that if that's going down, what's going down on the other end? If that's falling apart, then what's being built? What's rising up? If we see things falling down, because I promise you, they're falling. Everything that you see them doing right now is a result of them falling. This is not, they not stepping like big steppers because, we just consolidating power. No, they're panicking. They're getting nervous. They're jumping out the window. Like, they not doing no bullshit. They not doing boss. What they're doing is they're spreading fear. They're spreading doubt. They're making you distracted so you could pay attention to them, because remember, wherever attention goes, energy flows. So the more you start paying attention to them when you weren't paying attention to them just yesterday, you were not paying attention to them yesterday. You were paying attention to other things, but now you're paying attention to them, and now you're focusing on them, and you're saying the word white supremacy in the same sentence, and all of that stuff is taking place. Once again, you're pumping them up. You're pumping up their ego. They're like, damn, thank you, Negroes, for your newest round of energy and whatnot. I appreciate that, this energy exchange, because we love the devil because the devil gives us nothing, right? And I'll never call the pale man or the Nordics a devil. They might be devilish, but I will never put them in the same category or place as the devil, right? Because if there ever was a devil, he doesn't have a complexion. He's not from his nationality is not from the Nordics and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? He would be the influencer, or that energy would influence the Nordics or people of the Caucasian descent and whatnot, but they're not the devil. They're the minions of the devil. How about that? Let's try that
To
out.
this day. To this day.
Men worshiping Kevin Samuels like he's a god. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, men worship men. You know what I mean? They've been doing that since time immemorial, right? That's what men do. Men look up to other men. That's why you'll hear men talk about sports athletes like they're Zeus and they're gods, they're Roman Greek gods. You know what I mean? Men talk about rappers like they're their daddies and whatnot. You know, that's what men do. They put men on a pedestal. You feel me? That's what they do. So there's a contingency of men who see Kevin Samuels as a father figure. They called him the Godfather, right? He solidified his position in their hearts and minds. And the simple fact that he died on that hill, right? That's how he immortalized himself. Quiet as kept. I mean, you know, in my humble opinion, the way that he went out was not the good way. You know what I mean? It's not how you start the race, right? It's how you finish it, because a lot of people are not going to remember the day that you was born. They're more so going to remember the day that you died. And some people, you don't want to die going out bad, because that would erase your damn whole legacy of you living good. They just remember you going out bad. He went out next to a stranger, and his mother did not learn about his passing. She learned about it through social media and by reading comments that were dragging her son. He didn't have any type of next of kin or loved ones around him when he took his last breath. That's a curse. That's a curse. You never want that. You never want that. You want to be surrounded by the children that you gave birth to, that you know, your progeny that come from your either your womb or your scrotum. You want to be around your whiz. You want to be around somebody that loves you. You know what I mean? You don't want to be around a one-night stand or a stranger. You don't want to be around, you don't want to die around your ops with them circling around you, pissing on you, or shooting you in your face. You don't want that for yourself. I don't think that you signed up to come down here to have that type of experience to your last day, your graduation day. You know what I mean? You know, you're with a fucking stranger. And damn, I said something about my profanity, and here I am like a sailor. I got work to do. I'm just being honest. You know, this is a work in progress. It was white men and women crying, say he changed their life. It's whatever. Once again, impact is impact. You're never going to stop somebody on the social media, on the internet. Impact is impact. I got impact on Nordic lives, my nigga, and I'm red pill. You know what I mean? I should be the last person that will have an impact on a Caucasian person's life. And they pulled up on me on plenty of occasions and was like, thank you, God. You know what I mean? They done gave it up. And I wasn't, yeah, that part. You think Kevin Samuels was all bad? He did say he had cancer. Yeah, he said that he beat cancer, right? However, whatever the case was, the toxicology report didn't come out. I think they might have got him and whatnot. I don't know. But I know that he's not here right now, right? And his legacy is what lives on and whatnot. And I've said it also on an occasion in my perfect world, right? In my multiverse, in my alternative universe, I had Kevin Samuels meeting a goddess, right? Not no regular sister, right? No offense to y'all. I had Kevin Samuels running into a goddess who shook his whole entire world. That's what I had him doing. And then coming back in front of the people as a new man, just another layer, you know what I mean? Because we all have potential. You know what I mean? That's what I would have loved to see. And then, we would have just saw the growth because he had bars. He was very intelligent and he had a way of delivering the truth. You know what I'm talking about? Unapologetically. Remember, he's an image consultant. So he was doing what he was asked to do. People called him up and was like, can you consult me on my image? Yeah, you're a 2. You're not an 8. How about that? Next. Worshiping a man as if he is Jesus Christ, blasphemous. Are you really asking me that? That Latina shook him. Yeah. His channel is still growing to this day. There you have it. There you have it. The message is immortalized, right? If you kill somebody before they get to change, if somebody gets knocked off before they get to transform or go through their butterfly phase, then their message is cemented, like a Biggie and Tupac and whatnot. Like a Biggie and Tupac, they didn't have the opportunity to evolve, right? Even with Pac, even though he had a message and whatnot, they would still think about it. There was still levels of his evolution that he did not necessarily even get to experience because he died in the middle of a war, right? And Biggie died in the middle of a war. Hold on real quick. Yeah, that's some Marlboro shit going on just now. Pardon me. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and the Cash App. Support independent schmedia. You know what I'm talking about? That's me right here, independent schmedia. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, I appreciate all of y'all in advance. Even though y'all ain't do nothing yet, I already appreciate y'all before y'all even did it. How about that? So, once again, like I said, yeah, so Pac is the exception. You think so? You think Pac is the exception? Huh? I think that Pac was a young man. I don't think that any of our men or women who make transitions before their 30-year mark, right? Yeah, I love what you had to say and I love what you stand for. However, I would have loved to hear you post 30, you know what I mean? I would have loved to hear growth is good. Change is inevitable in everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Change is inevitable in everybody. That's the only constant, and it's change. And I love to see change in people, not to say that Pac needed to change and whatnot. However, You feel me? I would have loved to see him and Biggie Smalls come to a level of peace, because at the end of the day, no blood was really shed. He slept with his ex-wife. That's forgivable and whatnot. And Biggie didn't set him up to get robbed. So that argument was tight mute and whatnot. They needed to make a song together and bury that hatchet, because those were old friends. It wasn't like they were strangers. Those were two Geminis who were old friends who had a bumping of the head. And the way that it went down, when everybody turned their backs on Tupac Shakur, when he was in Clinton locked up, he went quote unquote dark, right? Because everybody who should have been there for him was leaving him in the New York State Penitentiary, which is a gladiator school. Clinton Correctional Facility is nothing to play with. You come out there different. You go in there one way, you're not gonna come out there the same. It's a very dark place and whatnot. So when Suge Knight came and he offered him the opportunity to get out of hell, right? Because when you locked up, you're in purgatory, you're in living hell. He was like, I'm pulling up. I'm going to give you this contract. Tupac was like, whatever you want me to do from this point forward, I'm finna do it. You saved my life. And from that point on, he was a doja. He was a soldier, or really somewhat like a doja. And then unfortunately, as we've heard and they've explained in interviews on Vlad and whatnot, he died a doja. He didn't die for his cause. He died a doja. And the person that killed him was walking around LA like, say something. Nigga, what? He didn't die as a king. He didn't die as a martyr. He died as a doja, taking up for the gang. And he wasn't gang. Y'all don't understand gang politics? He touched a made man. He wasn't part of the gang, fam. And he died over gang politics or gang beef. That's doja activity. You're a multi-million-dollar star. You worth how much? You riding for who? You doing what? You putting your nose in what business? No. That's a bad example to set for the generations that coming after you, fam. They were supposed to send a flunky to go handle Orlando, whatever. Baby Orlando. Don't tell me to chill. I'm keeping it real, bro. I'm not a D-Rider. You loyal to Suge Knight. Was he loyal to you? You loyal to the Crips. Were they loyal to you? You loyal to the Bloods. Were they loyal to Pac? I just want to know, because the dude that smoked them was living life. He was chilling. He got knocked off for something completely outside of the Pac situation. It was an open secret in LA. Everybody knew that he murked him. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you saying? Like, that's not honorable. In the middle of a war with the East Coast and whatnot, you got knocked off to live and die in LA. You got knocked off on a you're not from LA, right? You was born in New York. Let's keep it a buck. You niggas stop playing with me. You were a New Yorker, right? Who was able to blend and chameleon into different places because you're a world traveler and whatnot, but you a New Yorker who died in LA at the hands of some LA niggas. How about that? Who put a battery in your back to have a quote unquote East Coast, West Coast war, but you a New Yorker. Come on, man. That's
to this day.
I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop right there. That part. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna stop right there. Y'all got the game messed up. If you think that that's honorable. Perf politics are bigger than the person. They killed Pop Smoke. They killed Nipsey. They killed Biggie. They killed Pac. How many more they gonna kill? But they didn't say a word about Buffalo. They didn't say a word about none of that stuff. I'm sure Zimmerman was in LA multiple occasions. What you talking about? All of the messiahs died at the hand of these gang members. What y'all saying? They killed King Von. That same color rag killed King Von. What is you saying? Like, what? I love Pac I love him with my all. Let's be clear. I love that. I love him as an artist. As a man, as a his persona and whatnot, I respected it as well because he was a thespian. He was an intelligent. He was never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. When I say nigga, I say never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. That's the acronym. Let's be clear. Thug life. The hate you give little infants fucks everyone's. He was a messiah. I give him his props. He was a messiah. He was one of the biggest messiahs that I've seen in my lifetime. Nipsey was also a messiah, a Blackamoor messiah. These are messianic forces, okay? Messianic forces that will live forever and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? But we know just because you are a messianic force, that even makes the stakes so much more higher. You have to move a lot more wiser and whatnot. And unfortunately, I could count so many messianic figures that are around niggas. And I don't mean never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Messianic figures that are trapped around niggas. You understand? Who do not honor, right? They do not honor the messiahs. They get in their ego. Oh, what this nigga's more. They was in their ego about Nipsey. Oh, what you mean to tell me he's more lit than me? You mean to say that? Wait, say that, say that, say that. You mean to tell me that Nipsey put in more work than me? Niggas is saying his name. How he get buried in a Staples Center? He more lit than me? They hated him. They hated him. Wisdom comes with experience, but it definitely comes with your age as well. And it comes with being able to survive these wars that we be in. He died in the middle of a war, right? He's an honorable soldier, right? I heard that Matulu Shakur may transition. I'm not 100% sure, but if that is the case, rise in power to that God, to that soldier and whatnot, to that front liner. You know what I'm talking about? Tupac had armies of black militia, black guerrilla, Black Panther. He had a whole bloodline of brothers and sisters that are locked down, that was in a box from the 60s and whatnot, who knew who he was and knew why he was here and was ready to ride for him, right? He didn't need no gang. He could have made his own whole, he could have made a whole gang based off of the politics that he was surrounded with and whatnot. And based off of his mind state, he could have built the real revolutionary gang. You know what I'm talking about? He could have really jump-started the evolution of the Black Gods. So he did it with his music and his poetry and whatnot. And he also did it with his imagery. But that's why I said that the maturity level that I was waiting to see him hit, it was taken away from him. And, you know, I feel like we kind of got robbed and whatnot because there was more. He had so much more to offer, especially him. Especially him. Biggie, too. When you watch the Biggie documentary, whatever his mama said that he came from, that's who he really was. The person that showed up with the Versace shades and whatnot, that was the character. However, we probably would have got to see Christopher Wallace. We would have had the opportunity to meet the thespian, Christopher Wallace, the jazz musician. You know what I mean? The father and whatnot. He was a different person. His mama, like they say in the documentary, she didn't even know that he rapped like that. So that goes to show you that when he was in the crib, he was just a teddy bear. No, I give props to Pac. Pac could have died at 21, 22. He would have been a legend still. Yes. And the way that I seen him put in that work and whatnot, the way that I seen him, his work ethic, right? I'm an artist, right? And I don't have half the work ethic as an artist. Like I have a work ethic, but as an artist, his work ethic was something to be admirable. So he put in so much work as if he knew that he was only here on borrowed time and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? He knew that he was on borrowed time. So he put in work like he was ready, like he knew he was going to only be here for a short amount of time and then he tapped out. To be honest with you, that's a true warrior. Before you try to judge somebody's hand skills or how many people somebody done shot, that doesn't necessarily require to be a true warrior to do all of that. You could be a killer and not a warrior. A true warrior is somebody who's able to create a legacy for oneself and whatnot against all odds and shit like that and set it up to whereas he was able to feed his people, his family, and his team and whatnot when he was gone. Right? He's still going platinum. Let them come out with a new Pac album right now. It's going triple platinum. Yeah, he divinely sparked the one who was going to be the one. I don't know the one's name and whatnot, but whoever the one is, chances are they got the divine spark from a person like a Pac or a Nipsey, because Nipsey gave a divine spark to generations that are like my son's age, who Tupac Shakur was a little bit out of their reach and whatnot, but they gravitated to the algorithm that Nipsey possessed and whatnot, his messianic algorithm. So I'm going to also build on the algorithm of the messianic ones. I'm going to talk about the messianic ones amongst us because this is a Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah series. So we got to talk about the messianic ones. You know what I'm talking about? We got to talk about the messianic ones. Hold on. I got text. Oh yeah, change is my junk. Change goes hard to this day. Give me 1 minute. There's a number that I want y'all to dial. I'm reading the text message, pardon me. There's a number that I want y'all to dial and whatnot if y'all are gonna be pulling up to this lecture that we got coming up. I got the text thing going on. I need y'all to dial beer to this number. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and pin it right here. Boop. Text fear to 14706604708. You know what I mean? If you are interested in pulling up on the 12th and whatnot, text fear. And like I said, don't be scared of fear. We're going to be standing on top of fear by the time we finish this lecture because so many people, are being put in fear. Maybe it's because, we are surrounded by fearful situations. It's just fear everywhere. It's fear everywhere. They got you fearing the police, you fearing the ambulance, the firefighters. You know what I'm talking about? You fearing you just niggas is open up they Instagram, you just be fearful. It's just fear. It's Chicken Little everywhere that I turn. So we have to wiggle out of that. We got to break through that. One of the greatest ways to get past fear is to be aware, because once again, consciousness is awareness. And you fear what you don't know. False expectations appearing real. Oh, I don't want to go in there. I don't know what's going to happen. Or I don't want to call this person. I don't know what they're going to say. Or I don't want to step on that stage. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this shit and rock the stage. FOMO, fear of missing out. You know what I'm talking about? Fear. But once you're aware of something, here, take this information. This is what they're doing. This is what they're trying to get with this. This is the Hegelian dialect. This is the play. So when they play it out, you just sitting back in the audience, like shaking your head, like, no, these niggas did not do what they said, what Red said that they were going to do. And that way, fear doesn't hit you. You're not crippled by fear. You're not stuck by fear. You're not stuck in doubt and whatnot. You know which way to go. You're not reactionary. You're proactive. You're not on defense. You're on offense. You know what I'm talking about? It sounds easy, right? The shit sounds simple and whatnot, but you'd be surprised how much progress or progressiveness they've been able to stall by just sprinkling fear on the people. Destiny said, facing your fears sometimes has the biggest rewards.
To this day. To this day.
I need those amongst us who identify themselves as courageous and brave, because we're going to stare fear in his motherfucking face. You understand? We're going to stare fear in his face. We're not going to let nothing pull us down. We're not going to let our summer be ruined by fear. You know what I'm talking about? We're not going to let our upward mobility, we're not going to let the messages that Big Mama is sending us be clouded by the fear campaigns that these desperately seeking Nordics or these desperately seeking Peckerwoods are out here doing and whatnot, because they're in fear. What are they scared of? Did you ever ask yourself that? Because they're trying to put you in fear, Chicken Little. What are they scared of? Oh, there's an egg shortage. Oh, there's a baby formula shortage. Oh, they had to kill all of the cows and whatnot. We might not have burgers this year. Oh, you know, there's a fish shortage. They fished the whole sea out and whatnot. Oh, there's a water shortage. Oh, there's an air shortage. Oh my goodness. There's a shortage. There's a shortage of shortage. They just making you scared about every single thing. Oh, there's a shortage of wheat. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a war in Ukraine, so there's a shortage on gas. Like, they just tell you anything at this point. They can just tell you anything. They can sell you anything at this point. The Brooklyn Bridge, the Mojave Desert. Because if you don't know, if you're not aware, if you're not conscious, then you're going to get sold anything. So they have a large contingency of our people who are dumbed down, who don't know shit, who don't ask questions. They don't even know the questions to ask. They don't know where to research. They don't know that they have the permission to counter a narrative or anything that's told to them on the mainstream media or on this internet. So they just open your mouth here and stick a spoon in it. Whatever they feed you is what you eat. That's not what we about. That's not what we about. That's not what we stand on. We're not standing on the shoulders of master teachers who literally made transition in the middle of their lectures and whatnot. They did this to the last day. They stood on everything and whatnot. They was going blind from researching and whatnot. Some of them was homeless trying to teach the mother people. You know what I'm talking about? These people extended themselves in ways that, you know, they expired themselves, trying their best to give you this information. We not finna stand on them people's shoulders and just act like all of this work that they was doing were for naught. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Yeah, what happened to monkeypox? We're not doing that. No, we're gonna take the information and we're gonna let it fortify us. Bobby said there's no such thing as Satan. It's all in your mind and whatnot. We're going to take this information. We're going to let this shit fortify. We're going to make it a foundation, and we're going to stand on that. No matter what happens, there's nothing that can happen. The only thing that can, and even when your eyes close, they're going to open back up and you're going to be somewhere completely different in another dimension. Take my word for it. Facts.
To this day.
There is no, it's over. There is no over. So it's never really going to be over. You're just going to graduate from being in a Malkoof and you hopefully go to a higher level and whatnot. But we not scared over here. We not ignorant over here. We not lacking the information to even give us a fucking backbone over here. That's not what we suffering from. We might be suffering from the lack of unity and mobility and whatnot. People are scared to come together, and they can always making excuses, you know what I mean, to back out. They remember Boys in the Hood when they was going to ride, and Trey was like, "Let me out right here." They was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Let me out, let me out." Yeah, that's how some of us are. You're not ready to ride, but it's all good. Yeah, if you scared, go to church.
To this day.
Go hug the pastor.
To this day.
Go pass the plate around or something. You know? They turning on Young Thug already. They switched. Who switched? Who switched on Thugger Thugger? Somebody said when you become known and have power to positively influence our people, you become a target. Nigga, I hear you damn right you become a target. Tarjay. 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 E40 is born on my birthday. Facts. Or maybe the next day, but he's down with us. Gang gang. E40. That's why we got that same swag. You know what I mean? You become a target, but there's nothing to worry about because I promise you, yeah, you know, somebody said they could keep Thugger.
Halfway, take a few steps back.
You ain't got the answers, man.
Yeah, we swapping.
You ain't got the answers.
We swapping the slime for Larry Hoover, man. What you talking about? We swapping the slime for Larry Hoover. But when you become a target, you lit because them people can't do nothing to you. Because if they take you out, you only become bigger. Do you understand how warfare works? Do you understand how that works? Do you understand that game? They can't knock you off even if you become a target. Yeah, they'll put you under the jail. They'll exile you. You feel me? They'll try to smear your name. That's why they assassinate people's characters and whatnot. But they're not going to take you out of here because if you're a messiah, you're only going to multiply. Right? That's why if you are quote unquote a target, you better write your book. You better shoot your documentary, record your album. You know what I mean? Create as much intellectual property and content as possible before you get up out of here because your days are numbered, right? Because this is chess, not checkers. They're going to move one day. So you got to be ready for when they make their move. You don't want to get checkmated off the first move. You know what I mean? You might move around the board while they coming at you. They might have 30 different, you know how chess is played, right? They might have 30 different moves to try to counter you and whatnot. And you dodging things. Oh, now I got a reading last night. I know what's coming to me. I'm dodging that. Oh, that's an agent they sent that way. Oh, nah. Shorty right there, try to poison the drink. Oh, hold on a minute. Wait, he's trying to Kevin Samuels me. Oh, no, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Climbing out the window. You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to move around. Got to be able to move around. This is chess, not checkers. And if you slip it, they're going to slip you up. If you slip it, they're going to wash you up. That's a given at this point. The feds is in the game. It's not even a regular popo no more. You know, they got the federales. They got Hoover's boys in this arena. So what did the Matrix do? The Matrix responded. How did the Matrix respond? They leveled up on you niggas. Once you started getting, you know what I mean? You got to a next level. So the police changed into the feds. Like on Grand Theft Auto, when you clap the cop, the dudes in a black car, and then the helicopters pull up. The Matrix responds, right, to your chess moves. That's how they do it. So you have to be 2 or 3 or 10 steps ahead of them because you damn right they coming. But maybe not in the way that you may be so used to. They ain't out there sniping dudes the minute they walk out their house. They not at lectures clapping you down and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Who got clapped down at a lecture lately? How about that? Y'all not saying that much at lectures to get clapped down. I guess that's what the government is saying. You're not that lit, nigga. you simmering, you buzzing, but you're not that lit. You know what I'm talking about? Have a seat. Humble yourself. You know, they just gonna watch your social media. You're gonna tell on yourself. In these days, you know what I'm saying? You're telling on yourself, and then they just gonna Rico you niggas. They're gonna Rico Suave you. You know what I mean? And there's gonna be mad lectures and concerts in the federal yard in the near future because everybody's getting locked up. You know what I mean? I don't know what's in the water, but you know, even the conscious niggas is going down. Take the heat everywhere. Don't get caught lacking. Okay. All right, Ray Liotta. You know what I'm talking about? All right. What was my dude in Heat? Val Kilmer. All right, Val Kilmer. You're gonna have your big shootout. Okay. Make sure you live stream it. Let's see you go out with a bang. You know? Okay. Rest in peace to Ray Liotta. Yeah, they're gonna have a VR, they're gonna have VR lectures from the pen. You know what I mean? All of your favorite YouTubers and shit. They're gonna have a fucking VR concert from the pins. You know? They don't care what you say, they care who's listening. Yeah, that could be you may be correct with that because you know you could be talking to a whole bunch of people that you pitching pearls to, and they don't give a damn about you because the feds know after you watch somebody's live, they listening to the people who you talking to. They like, oh yeah, these niggas is not serious. They going right to World Star to watch a bum fight, or they gossiping about you. You know what I mean? They know who hates you. You know what I'm talking about? They know your real haters, the people that you thought loved you and whatnot. The feds, the surveillance, right? The Federal Bureau of Investigation, they know your ops and you don't. That's why they be breaking niggas in the interrogation room because they'll give them a folder and be like, ain't that your baby mama? And isn't that your lieutenant? Okay, yeah, they were in Waffle House making waffles. How about that? Isn't that your homie? Yeah, he was at your mama's house. Yeah. Like Ving Rhames and Baby Boy. How about that? Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, we know. Yeah, that's how they be getting you. They hit you right in your heart chakra. So make sure your team is tight. You know? Make sure your team is tight because them boys will make you flip on them by showing you all of the text messages, the group text that they had when they was hating on you and planning on knocking your block off. That's what they did to Takashi, right? They was like, oh nah, they was plotting on killing you in a few days. You're gonna stick up for these guys? Yeah, you're stupid. And they played on his conscience. Real talk. I'm just saying. This is, bro. This ain't child's play, and people, and it's being treated as such. I don't know why, but it really is being treated as such, and that's a shame because the stakes are so high that you could be afraid of heights at this point. That's how high the stakes are. You could get you could get, you know what I mean? You could become fearful of heights. This shit is up there. And you're on the world stage. The whole world is looking. The whole galaxy, for that matter, not just the world. I be outside sometimes and I could feel them looking at me. The only reason why I have to deny it. You're bugging, Philip. You know what I mean? Relax. I have to become human. The human voice starts talking to me like, chill. You know what I mean? Stay on your human side because I could feel the galaxy just looking the same way that I could see the stars. What makes you think that whatever's on that star can't see you? Real talk. Like, what if you light up like a star too, and they're looking down and they can see your light same way that you see their light? You got a telescope and you put in your eye and you looking at it. Well, what if they got a telescope and they could look at you? They could see the mole on your nose. I'm not an arrogant human being. I don't think that I'm the only person in this whole star system. I don't think that much of the human experience or human beings where I'm like, it's only us. I got past that a long time ago. I know I'm you know what I mean? I'm not that arrogant. there are life forms. It may even be the life forms that you think are animals and whatnot. There are life forms all around us that we can't even perceive with our eyes because our limited sight. And they analyze us the same way that we analyze everything else. Real talk. Have a team so tight that you don't need a blicky. Phew, man, that's interesting. There's over 10 million sentient beings in our galaxy alone. Real talk. I would say 10 billion. The universe is so vast and expansive. If it's 8 billion, human being chicklets on this planet, if it's 8 billion chicken littles on this planet, if it's 8 billion, space suits or flesh bodies or flesh suits on this planet, what do you think is on other planets? You know what I mean? Like Earth is not that big, allegedly, this plane. You know what I mean? Like, of course, there's entities all over, all around, bro. All around. People like, why don't they intervene? It's not their job. Everybody is not here intervening and shit. People are carrying on with their own business. They got baby mama drama on Andromeda. You know what I mean? There's spaceships. He's going to see his seeds and whatnot over in Alaska. He's not worried about you. Ain't no aliens or extraterrestrials finna stop and help you with police brutality. You bird ass nigga, you. Yeah, Roz Ben talks about the Star Nation. Shout out to Roz Ben. He goes in on that. The key is, can you raise your frequencies and tap into their quote unquote transmissions? They're not gonna the same way. Are you out there saving ants and whatnot? Did you save the roach in your kitchen last night? Did you help him get some fucking cornbread? Did you give the roach an alley-oop and leave the pot open and whatnot so they could eat? No, you did. You covered it up and you try to stomp them out and whatnot. That's the same way that certain beings might look at you. Like they're not finna help you. You the little homie. You the little homie. You bleed. We can't even pierce your ears on this planet without you niggas having a heart attack. Like, what are you talking about? Why was somebody, what do you mean? You're in a flesh suit. You gotta level up your sentient light being body and whatnot. You have to level up. You know what I mean? You have to see past the illusion in order to even be recognized by anything of a higher order. So that's the way that ball bounces. You know what I mean? That's the way that the ball bounces. Because if I was passing through the earth, this ghetto ass planet, I would be like, hell to the nah. Hell to the nah. This is like World Star to the rest of the galaxy. How about that? See the way that you be watching World Star? What if they be in the clouds and whatnot with binoculars just watching you niggas in your animalistic ways? World Star. You know what I mean? What if they just watching you getting BDLs and whatnot in Colombia and whatnot? They're like, look at Shorty fuck up that good body. Like they're just watching the reality show. You know what I'm saying? They're watching the reality show. This shit is World Star. This whole planet is like the shade room. This whole planet. Are you saying aliens exist? The aliens that I identify as the Nordics, the Europeans, those are illegal aliens. Those are aliens, right? So yes, those aliens exist. I'm talking about extraterrestrials, right? They're extra and they're not terrestrial. They're not from this quote unquote. They're not from this plane, right? Water is extraterrestrial. There's certain animals that they said are not from this earthly plane and whatnot. So yes, there's meteors that are here that bring bacteria and fungi that are not of this plane, that are extraterrestrial from interdimensions and whatnot. Yeah. You know, we are surely not the only people here. I want you to think very highly of yourself. You deserve that. You know what I mean? Ye are gods. But you're not the only ones here, right? You're not the only ones here. Let's not be so arrogant to feel. Did you ever see the fish in the ocean? The ones that are colorful? You ever been in the tropics, my genius? Did you ever see the birds in the rainforest? Did you ever see the artwork that's being that you know this the attention to detail that they're creating these quote unquote animals with? Did you ever study the human body? So with all of that intelligence, right? With all of that intelligence, with the fact that we have these elements, these four elements that compromise damn near everything: fire, air, earth, matter. Like the fact that we're on a dual planet, a planet that obeys the laws of polarity, male, female, left, right, up, down. You mean to tell me that you don't think that this quote unquote formula or this program is able to repeat itself nowhere else? Because the Nordics, who just started getting to, they just got a computer a few years ago, they just really started reading a few weeks ago. You mean to tell me that you let them people tell you that no? And then you waiting for them
To this day.
you waiting for them to tell you that it's not what it is. Why would they tell you that? Why would they give you the game and make somebody look more superior than them when their whole superior spiel has been working for them in their favor against you for mad long? They're like, hold on, we've been able to pillage these dudes and we got the best of their women and whatnot. And we took everything from their resources that we wanted to by giving them the illusion that we were better than them, that we were more superior than them. They even say the word white supremacy until it makes their teeth white. So why would we tell them that there's an entity that we don't know that's flying around this bitch that we don't have control over? And you know, you might start choosing up. You the hoes of the universe. You might start choosing up. You might start choosing up. You might be like, I want to be, you might look for them on Tinder and whatnot. You might start swiping left for the extraterrestrials. They are too arrogant to say things like that. Their egos and their inferiority complex is too complex for them to admit anything like that. They're low key saying it, but they can't just say it. You understand what I'm saying? They're having the meetings, they're having the revelations, they're saying what they're saying and whatnot, but they would rather interject with Project Bluebeam and try to scare you, War of the Worlds and whatnot, and take control of the narrative by utilizing their own form of alien technology and whatnot. They're going to try to dupe you, but they're never going to be like, oh yeah, it's some 7-8 foot, you know, dudes with afros that are like blue, black and whatnot flying around this bitch in hovercrafts. They go up and down at speeds that we've never seen before. And even Elon Musk can't catch up to these niggas. You think they'll ever tell you something like that? You're crazy. Imagine a movie that the small hats of Hollywood were quote unquote funding to show niggas never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Don't let niggas be naked either. Don't let it be real aliens where they don't have pants and shit in their universe and they just come off of a spaceship swinging and whatnot. You mean to tell me that they willing to show niggas that look like Kimbo Slice coming off of a motherfucking spaceship to visit the earth? Talk about take me to your leader? Nah, man. They would die on the hill. They'll die on their swords and whatnot. They'll die on their gold toilet bowls before they were ever to reveal something like that to me and you. That's gonna be up to us, the George Clintons of the world, the Sun Ra's of the world, the parliaments of the world. That's why they call them Afrofuturists. That's why they call them Afrofuturists. Why? Because these niggas had afros and they were able to see the future. They was on LSD, acid, Molly, Percocets, whatever they was on. opened up their third eyes and they was seeing some shit that the average Negro back in the 60s and the 70s never saw. Never saw. You know what I'm talking about? That's what that, you know, when we had Sun Ra in the orchestra, when you had Parliament and all of them, Earth, Wind, and Fire, they were talking to our parents and whatnot. They was giving our parents the game and whatnot. They were opening up the third eyes of our parents. Real talk. This was like in the 60s and the 70s. They were going super galactical. Real talk. You feel me? They were going very galactical, bro. And it's going to take people like that to tell the truth. We can't wait on Whitey on the moon. We can't wait for the Nordics and whatnot. They live in the past. They are anchored in the past and whatnot. They don't have an ancient future. You do. So it's your duty and your job to begin to tell those stories. Now I know that there's a series out there called Man Who Fell to Earth. I've been hearing the buzzes around that. And I haven't seen it yet. Keys told me about it. He told me that it's worth seeing and whatnot. So I got that on my list of things. Yeah, Mothership Connection. And then Farrakhan and Elijah came and talk about the mothership. These conversations are being had. We still are in disbelief and denial because the pale face didn't say it. The Pink Panther hasn't said it. You're waiting for him to say it, to be honest with you. Me and my brother, I haven't had as many experiences as Blue Pill, but Blue Pill could get on this platform and speak for 8 hours about what the hell he has experienced. And he got witnesses, and y'all would not believe him. Y'all would not believe him. Y'all would be like, oh yeah, the pills is on one. And they on one of those shrooms that is
To this day. To this day.
They on one of them shrooms. But y'all wouldn't believe him. Y'all wouldn't take his word like y'all would take, you know, if who's your favorite white guy out there? Who's your favorite white guy? If he came along, if one of them niggas from Twilight came along and said something, you'd be like, for sure. Oh my goodness, did you hear what he said? You know? Who's your favorite white guy? Give me a name or something. I don't know. You believe Blue? Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Somebody said Vlad. Yeah, if Joe Rogan said it, you know what I'm saying? That's
To this day.
Yeah, that's the white guy favorite these days. Mr. Fear Factor. If Jim Carrey has, if Alex Jones has said it, if Hulk Hogan said it, y'all would believe him. If Wayne Brady said it, you would. Y'all silly as hell, bro. Just say Wayne Brady. You know what I'm saying? If Patrick Swayze was 30 dancing, talk about the aliens, you would believe him. You would. You know what I'm saying? Not Johnny Depp. Yeah, nigga. Hot Boys. Yeah. What is that? The Hot What City Boys is up one. City Boys is up. He made Kevin Samuels very proud. He's very proud.
To this day.
Yeah, Johnny Depp made
To
him
this
very
day.
proud. If Pete Davidson told you niggas about the aliens, you would believe it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still on Tom Cruise this late in the game? Y'all still. I know it used to be Matthew McConaughey. You know what I mean? I know y'all was on Matthew McConaughey until he pulled up, man, shriveled up in that movie. Then then y'all start switching on him. You know what I'm talking about? White Drake, Matt Damon, and if Matt Damon and his bro, his frat brother, what's the dude? Ben Affleck. You know what I mean? If the whole Boston crew, if they came and pulled up, you know what I'm saying? You would believe them. My favorite is Charleston Heston. That nigga split the Red Sea. Jesus. Somebody said Paulie Shore. Ho Biden.
To this day. To this day.
Yeah. All y'all. Oh, now y'all want to act like Ho Biden ain't your mans and whatnot. Y'all was outside like you was waiting for the new Jordans to drop. You niggas was spending the night at the toll booth. You was spending the night at the voting booth. Stop playing. Ho Biden is your man. Yeah, Bradley Cooper, that's my guy. He was in Limitless, right? Yeah, he's one of the coolest white guys on the planet. You know what I'm talking about? No, David Icke. Pause. David Icke. That's some of y'all master teacher. But David Icke, low key, was the before the conscious community had a name. Don't let nobody stunt. You know what I mean? Dudes be getting all conscious and they be forgetting they humble beginnings. That was niggas master teacher right there. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a Buckington. That was David Icke was the master teacher. He was teaching us. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. But yeah, man. Let me go to this video and whatnot. I'm gonna show the China flow. You smell me? I'm gonna go to the China flow. Hold on, let me pull it up. Give me 1 minute, y'all. We're gonna end this with the video. You know, even if you've seen the video, we'll see it again. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hurt nobody. You know, the China flow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my good brother, the House of Tunes. That's the director. You know what I mean? This is actually a trilogy. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wasn't supposed to say nothing, but this is a trilogy, meaning there's 3 more videos that come out of this and whatnot. So no, there's 2 more videos that come out of this. So we're gonna be rolling those videos out and whatnot. Y'all be patient with us. We got a new project that's coming and whatnot. I'm gonna have the pre-sale link for that up by next week and whatnot, so y'all could get ahead of the game and get these, and start positioning yourself to grab this this monumental project when it drops. We've been working on this for 2 years, you know what I mean? So it means a lot to us. Yeah, man. So I just want to say that to say I appreciate once again everybody's attendance today. It means a lot, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the time that we shared together. You know, it was very laughter is good for the soul. Laughter is good for the soul. You know what I mean? I make sure that I laugh at least once when I'm on these internets, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, if you don't have something to laugh at, they'll give you something to cry at, you know what I mean? But I'm in lecture mode, you know what I'm saying? I'm in lecture mode. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I got a lot of this lecture dealing with the heaviness of the fear of a BLACKAMOOR Messiah. Whenever I get into that study mode, it's a dark place. You know what I mean? It's a dark place. I gotta sometimes prepare myself because it could affect my my mentality and whatnot. Because I gotta go and research people that are killing our people. I gotta go research, all of the science. Like it's a dark place. So I'm in lecture mode, and Scorpion King. I've been rotating that too. I'm feeling you on that. That's 6 years old. I play that in the whip. Every day that I get in the car, I'm listening to Scorpion King because I want to get into that, that's the mode. I'm also in album mode. So I definitely want to return because remember, I can't recreate 2016, right? I don't care what's going on now in the world and whatnot. The energy that was present in 2016 to be honest with you, that's one of my best years on this planet, right? The energy that was in this community, the energy that was there, the energy that I was moving with in 2016 when I made Red and Blue Purple like Prince, Scorpion King, and we made that Scorpion King album. I met Cambada that year. The first song we did was Made for This. Then Detroit Red. Like, there's a whole movie. There's a story that needs to be told just with the making of Scorpion King. It came together magically. 2013 was the last year. That was the pinnacle of the conscious community. That was what is called the apex, meaning that was the highest that it ever raised and whatnot. Everything else has been a downward. It's been either, it's like a stock. You know how you look at crypto stocks and whatnot, how Bitcoin had its all-time high. 2016 to me, y'all might see it differently because you came into this differently, or you may have a different vantage point. But my vantage from where I am, based off of where I'm standing and what I saw and what I felt and what I was exposed to, that was the quote unquote apex. That was the all-time high. Because after Bambaataa got exposed, after Polite got exposed, and a whole bunch of other people got exposed, it was never the same again. You know what I mean? It never was able to go back and snap back. And then when I had that falling out with Sonetta and all of them, it was never the same after that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, nothing was the same. So I really cherished that era and whatnot. I really cherished that year as something being very special. So when I listen to that album, I'm going back in the time machine. You know what I mean? And I'm tapping into that mentality, that hunger. You know what I mean? That hunger that we had on 125th Street. That hunger, you know what I mean? That gristle, that grind that we had every day when we was out there committed, standing tall and whatnot in the face of mad adversaries. You know what I mean? We was going up against a lot of stuff, but we was putting in mad work on, just in the streets, on camera, breakthroughs, the debates and all of that. Like, it was an interesting time. It was an interesting time. So I want to be able to capture 2022, I captured 2020 with the Red Summer album, because when I listened to the Red Summer album, I'm like, damn, that's a day and time that I can't, we're not in those days and times anymore. But the fact that I was able to capture that on film, on vinyl, and then I was watching the album release that we had with Black Magic. All of that is memories. Yeah, good white video was coming soon. That's word. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to do that. Yeah, but let me stop running my mouth and whatnot. Let's get to this China flow. Me and Blue Pill. Blue Pill ate on that. That's what they say in the streets. He ate. Blue Pill ate. Yeah, he did his thing as he's supposed to. Yeah. Let me know if y'all can hear it and shit. Can y'all hear it? Yeah, salute to True Master. He's a legend. Oh, Cambada coming. Don't do that. No sound. All right. Hold on. Let me do this. The president still acting unpresidential. Bitch, I'm in the Bronx with the evil. Is there sound now? I tried to fix it. Is there sound now? You said you need a crown? Yeah. I like your boy. You got the plug into it. You know what I mean? You got what you need for now. Okay, you said that there's some sound? Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah, this is Scorpion King. Oh no, this is China Flow off of the Red Summer. You know what I'm saying? Turn it down a bit, but much better. This is the China Fleazy off the Red TV. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? But my thing is this: is it running through? Are you hearing it off the headphones? Like, is it picking up off the headphones, or are you hearing it through the computer? Because that's important, right? That's important. Let me try this.
The president still acting unpresidential. I'm in the with evil in my residential. It was all emojis, it was never mental. The silver spoon is under fire, under pressure vented. The times that we live in unprecedented. We went from June to Dougie, fresh and vintage. Now the rhymes, they all pessimistic. They had the jacket, black girl magic.
Hold on. Somebody said that it's coming through that we gotta fix this. We gotta fix this. Nah, we ain't. Gotta fix this. Built-in output. Let's try it like that. Gotta get it right. Gotta get it right.
The president still acting unpresidential. I'm in the box with the evil in my residential. It was all emojis, it was never mental. The silver spoon is under fire, under the times that we live in unprecedented. We went from June to Dougie, fresh and vintage. Now the rhymes, they all pessimistic. They had the jacket, black girl magic. Just finesse the mystics. They impress the cryptics. Only savages, but less sadistic. They being less specific. No metaphysics. So many for the biscuit. They need biscuit. Bless the district. Yeah, we was stressing, dripping. They want your lesson, God. Listen to your lesson. I'm sucking. All they bread is fish sticks. They think the kashi. They won't protect the witness. Think the kashi. Darker shit. And I'm hard to fit, yeah, starting shit. Them all the harder way, Sean Carter, starter kid. With smarter shit, 300. The crimes of the passionate ones. You fell in love with.
All right, we can't do it then. They like the audio is screeching. My thing is this: I'm a stickler about audio. If the audio not good, I'm not doing it. Y'all gonna just have to watch the shit when you get off of the show because it's on the page. Just go to the page and go pull up China Flow. It came out a few days ago. You can hear it on your headphones. You can hear it on your computer. Because I'm not gonna play some shit that's mad choppy while I'm just sitting here acting like I'm having a fucking concert. We're not finna do that. So just go and check it out. Yeah, we'll play it without the audio on. How about that? You just look at the movements, that part. We're not gonna go into the audio, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go to talk to the people at Zoom and figure out how to do it the better way. But you know, sound quality is good on your end. Everybody's like, no, that should sound good. I can do it. Nah, just listening to it on your own. How about that? Hit the like button though. Hit the like button. Like I said, we got some more videos in the vault and whatnot. We having a nice rollout leading up to the Red Summer. You know, we in album mode. You know what I'm saying? We working, you know, and not jerking. You know what I mean? I promised a whole bunch of people that we are going to bring this music to them. And we're going to have a good summer, especially when it comes to this music. It's not just me and Blue. It's a whole bunch of us that's ready to come out and whatnot. Pause. So, you know, just support your God Hop artists. Support your local, yeah, look at Blue blowing the smoke. Support your local artists. Support your artisans, your creatives and whatnot. Support the brothers and the sisters who are not utilizing the machine, you know, in order to push their messages and whatnot. They're brave enough, bold enough, and have the audacity to do this thing and build up their own machine, really, until that machine turns into the big machine. You know what I'm talking about? And that's right around the corner. So yeah, man, support real hip hop. We got to go get that CD. If you don't got the Red Summer, I don't care. If you didn't hear it, it's brand new. You know what I'm talking about? The bars are timeless. Go get that CD. Go get that merch. You feel me? Go to the redsummermerch.com. Support that. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, we will see you either this Strong In. I think we're doing something with Vicky Dillard, right? But we will see you, if not this Strong In. I might go live at the Tassili event, but we'll definitely see you for Melanin Monday, inshallah. Who I got in the NBA Finals? Come on, Golden State now. Golden State. Use the machines, don't let it use you. That's right. That's right. Corinthians. Yeah, man. Yeah, I turned the sound off. You get to see the visuals. How about that? Yeah, I'm gone. This is show. Love and light, y'all. You know what I mean? Peace to the family. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all stay up. Stay dangerous, man. Keep your head on the swivel. Like I said, text FEAR to 470-660-4706. 470-660-4706. All right? Peace, y'all. Love and light, man. Y'all stay up.